This is London. We have kind of an emergency stream here, a bit of some price action to the downside on Bitcoin, on Dogecoin, Luna. Guys, we're looking at Kyber networks as well, OGN, anything that's moving really well, essentially, I have on the screen today for you. We're going to go through the details. This is London with Bitcoin spike. An incredible day yesterday. A lot of trades went on. I want to shout out to the VIP, our top level of membership. You guys know that our VIP is rocking in the back, guys. Former financial professional, not financial advice. You guys know all of the disclaimers, etc. We'd like to trade. In terms of that, we'd like to beat the market. I want to shout out to all the VIP. You guys go ahead and chat in the room. Let me know what's going on. We'll go through the details why I labeled this an emergency update, okay? Essentially, it's just a drop, okay? It's not an emergency drop, but it is a crucial level. As we look at BTC, let's look at this real quickly. BTC, and look at this level of resistance here. I think I've got some pups in the back. May be a little bit loud. We'll go over Doge, and one they may be upset I'm not going over Doge. We'll go over Doge in 1 second. We had some great trades here yesterday. In terms of this specific level of prior resistance, we were pushing to reclaim this territory. You guys know that, and we have a rejection to the downside off this 4-hourly chart on BTC. You guys pay attention to the 4-hourly chart, okay? That level of resistance, okay? We had tried to confirm. We dropped down, and guys, we formed a small ascending triangle last night. We brought it to the VIP, etc. Then we have trajected back up to that line of resistance, and boom, we are confirming off of that prior resistance. Now, I'd say prior resistance here and confirms again as potential support in this area across trend line now as a level of resistance. So we will dig in. We're down 1.36%, 42,175. I will try and slow down just a touch and get into Doge. Hope you guys are doing well. Doge had a great day yesterday. Excited that we covered it yesterday in the stream. It was front and center most of the time. Guys, it was towards the top of the ETF coins yesterday. Very impressive in terms of the overall move. We were up, guys, we were up pretty late on Doge. I have to tell you guys, a lot of people booking trades, some booking like 20x, doing some good stuff in and around. I have to say that. In terms of the Fibonacci's right now, it looks like Doge is trying to, on just the quickest draw I could do in terms of the Fibonacci's. It looks like Doge. And guys, just to measure this preceding, you guys remember that yesterday was on the map, right? That was up on the top left yesterday. In terms of that bull pennant, yes, it did play to the upside ultimately. Bit of cross differentials in terms of the overall. It even outperformed. Very impressive. If we go to the candle wicks, you'll see that it's close to the actual performance, but when I keep measuring it, it looks like it just keeps fitting in that category of overperforming in terms of this specific that specific bull pennant. So very, very nicely done. And in terms of the entirety of it, we had a few different, I'd say, I may have just referred to it as a wedge. Clearly bull pennant, guys. Let me slow down. Move to the upside. Symmetrical triangulation. I've got like 3 screens on right now of additional VIP, etc. going on the back, trying to juggle it all. Why don't I just slow down and let you guys know we're currently on the 50% retracement on Doge. That's a good thing. And yeah, I'm excited to see you. Sometimes this the chat gets in my way a little bit, but not too much. What's up, DGB? How are you? Pathfinder in the house. Nice to see you, Pathfinder. As always, Pathfinder. Bam. Slow down just a touch. Yeah, we are just down on BTC. It's a critical level. So in terms of the emergency, etc., just want you guys to know it's just a crucial level for us to try and hold. Have we capitulated it all together? I'd say we could dig into the lower time frames on BTC. Doge has had a mind of its own. You guys know that. It's been nice since yesterday. We brought that glad we brought that that specific formation to the community. Shout out to Freddie, to Pathfinder, all the guys in the back, from Sean to Frankie to Luke to the whole crew, guys. We got it's just cool people. Slim, my man. I hope everything is going great. Doge still at 4% on the day, really beating the market. Also, shout out to anyone who decided to trade Kyber networks, guys. Kyber, you guys know KNC. I've had that up recently, and you guys can see. I mean, Kyber just came off of its first top level fib and is a market leader in the ETF category. That top level fib hit was a 20% hit to the upside. Watch that. You're up against a line of resistance across the top. If it chooses to I'd say engage in a super trend up and over that level of resistance, just watch it, guys. Just watch it. So what do we got? We got Freddie in the house. What's up? It's VIP town. Sound the alarm. And let's see, just excited to have you all here. We'll let you guys know about the specific chat. It's exclusive VIP zone. I stream for them. You're welcome to join our VIP. That's our room in the back, guys. In terms of, it's our trade group. Look at all these great charts. Shout out to Pathfinder. Look at this great chart. Bam, right from the start, right into that golden pocket hit. Boom, for BTC. We have a good tight-knit group, and want to invite you guys to join. You're definitely welcome to join. It's the top level membership, and it's a $100 a month. We just want to make sure that you're ready to trade. Dead Game Boxing, man, I've asked you a few times now to at least even join Basecamp, and you haven't joined, so I've invited you, and you said you don't want to join. And you're still showing up, my man. So that doesn't make sense. If you want to be a part of the group, you need to be a part of the group. But that's kind of the last warning. This is exclusive zone, my man. We'd love to have you. We would really love to have you, but you need to step up, brother. Just step up, bro. It's not just a free for all chat, etc. It's exclusive zone for VIP, and if you join, I will protect it just the same way for you as I do for everybody else right now. I have Luna in the mid level. Luna has had a lot of price action. You guys know that. When it gets going, it really gets going. So I want to keep Luna on the map. Looks like BTC down 1.3%. And just tricky. If I go through the, let's take a look at one of the charts that I sent the VIP in the back. It will really, and I wanted to make sure they got this first, but look at the, in terms of BTC, taking a look at the specifics on this. If you guys take a close look at what BTC hit, it was very interesting. Looking at this line of resistance across the top, maximized on the 1 hourly, that was the threshold. That was the threshold that BTC, essentially in terms of that resistance, it just absolutely rejected that level of resistance. Let's go into the 1 hourly here and take a look on the candle wicks. Okay, and it was just a really, kind of an abrupt drop, absolute rejection. Seems like someone may have stepped into the market in terms of the, selling pressure. We could look at all of the, these facets. I was focused on volume earlier on, and we do have an interesting volume profile to the extent that we can, let me see if I can raise this up just a bit. Let's go through, let me do this here. Let me see if I can add the volume on the lower level. It's not going to let me add the volume. There we go. The volume on the bottom level. You can see we just had descending volume, right? We have a trajectory to the upside and just descending volume. It's just we couldn't really get the bulls to show up on BTC. So on that hourly, let's take a look, real quick look again. In terms of the level of resistance that you hit, look at this candle wick action. Bam, bam, bam. It's within, that 1% threshold that we look at. In terms of the most aggressive line of resistance that could have been drawn, this specific first hitch in here, that secondary hitch, bam, and that third hitch here. Very, very important in terms of the price action, 1.9% to the downside. A big rejection for BTC. And I want to shout out to Sean, new VIP, and I told him, he was looking at leverage and some different options today, and I said, be patient. I told him, I was like, you have to, you're going to book some great trades in 2022, but you don't have to start today. Right, you don't have to start right now. You don't have to start today. So I think he's like, good. That was maybe some good, just friendly advice in terms of that. We'll look at, Doge falling out of this channel framework. In terms of this line, this level of support would have liked to have sustained that level. Absolutely. As we would look at these Fibonacci's, it's down to its. Let's look at this, guys, because we have a few different options on the fibs, right? We will agree with that. From the low to the high, the 50 could be picking up right now. We'd like to really maintain, guys, this specific level of resistance on Doge. That was a descending triangle. A lot of bears were excited about a descending triangle. Some shorts to the downside. If you booked one, you had to book it quickly. I'll tell you that on Doge. We have this nice framework in terms of this ascending line of support, ascending line of resistance as well. Within I'd say with some variations, variability. One of the things that I brought the VIP was this specific, and let me go to a different time frame. VIP, I think you'll remember this specific chart that I brought for Doge was, let me get on the hourly. Was it on the hourly? I think it was. Looking at the rising wedge, right? We had a rising wedge feature that was going on with Doge. So I think you guys got that, a constriction. We had a constriction going on in Doge. It's like I didn't want to be bearish, etc., but we did have a constriction. If you guys look in the back, I think you'll find that specific chart that I sent on Doge, just to reframe that, just in case you guys haven't been able to be in the back, maybe you've been busy, etc. But this was the framework that I put Doge into, right? In terms of that restriction, that rising wedge, we know rising wedges to be bearish, right? So in terms of that constriction right here, you see the constriction from the support to that resistance, right? Identified here, just a constriction. So, the negative result that we saw was within conformance within the probabilities of I'd say technical analysis as we apply them fundamentally. So looking at let's see what we got in the chats. How to become a member? Can you put a link in the chat, please? Sure, Chris, no problem, brother. Let me go ahead and put that, and I'll go ahead and tell you that we need to get what do we need to do? Let me get into Twitter. Let me find that specific link for you. Yeah, I'm glad that you asked. I normally put that in. We've just been busy with the technicals. In terms of let's see, website right here, and just make sure when you join. Someone joined yesterday and they accidentally joined Basecamp. We're actually getting rid of Basecamp soon, so I'm going to put join the VIP level. Okay, that's going to be you're going to have to scroll down for that. But Chris, we're really excited, man. Join the VIP level. Bam. Let me put this in, and bam. In terms of this, And there we go, Chris. That's just for you. That should be the specific link, and I will go ahead and tag that on top to pin message there for you and anybody else who is interested. Excited to have a lot of new members, guys, in VIP. I want to let you guys know it's slamming in VIP. A lot of good guys. Some guys have gotten chewed up in the market. I want to let you guys know it's been that, and I have an important analogy to bring to you guys today. I haven't used it much with the channel, etc., but I used it today with Sean. I want to let you guys know. Freddie saying, Chris, go all in with VIP. It's honestly crucial to my trading game. That's a huge compliment from, I have to say that's a huge compliment from Freddie, because Freddie has a good trading game. And Freddie's saying, can't wait to see you in the back. We just have a cool group, without a doubt. It's just, yeah, it's the right group. It's the right recipe. We got it down, and it's just, it's a really great, it's just guys that either know TA or they want to up their game in TA. I always say, from blue collar to white collar, it doesn't matter. Old collar, new collar. It's just that you want to beat the market, and we will help you. I'll tell you, I will help you find the best resource materials that you've got, so you don't have to ever watch another station, that you don't ever have to go around. And guys, when you think about it, in terms of all the noise that's generated from constantly looking at different, and just think of the psychology of this, constantly going to different stations, constantly going to different, influencers, this, that, you constantly judging, maybe the group of experts or the lack of expertise, and say, well, I do like that one idea, right? We're not about that, guys. We really focus on our own group. We have a solid team. Just in the back, I call us a team. Like, it is. We're just solid like that. Just cool dudes, and you'll see that. Beating the market is the only thing we're really interested in. That's it. I mean, it's not. I don't care if you sign up on Bybit. You can sign up on LBank. We trade on LBank, but we're not concerned about that stuff, right? We're not. We don't enjoy watching people lose. That's another thing in the market. Some people are getting into TA, and they tune into the channel to see the guy lose. Guys, that's not us, man. We have more important things to do. I'd rather be figuring out how to win than be entertained by people losing. So that's not in the framework. One shout out to Sean. I appreciate you kind of cleaning up and doctoring up that follow list on Twitter. We do have that back room. It has enterprise level of security, which is really crucial for us. It's not a Discord. It's not, and you guys need to know this. It's not Discord. It's not. It's not. Whatever other type of a Telegram. It's not that, guys. You're not going to be dealing with somebody in the back that is spooked out or something weird. You're not going to have that, guys. It's a different group. So anyway, so in terms of let's go to the technicals on BTC. Then let's reframe on. So we're excited to have you, Chris. Go ahead and slam that like button, and we will welcome you today. Look at this specific line of, I'd say, this next indicated line of support in this zone here. Let's go ahead and go to the candles, see what kind of level of, let's see how much extra room essentially that we have along this line. Yeah, it looks like we're going to hit that again. Are we going to formulate a downward sloping channel? This is going to be the hope of the market right now. I'm going to tell you guys. And now the best thing, we were looking at this today in the back. We were kind of excited for a moment. Yo, Chris in the house. That's the quickest anybody has hit the button in a long time. We're going to just absolutely say what's up to Chris. That is the way that you do it, my man. Just immediately, bam, without a doubt. Very cool. Let's go to, let me see if I have this rolling for Chris real quickly, and I'll get you a link to our Twitter page. Let me see if I can get this rolling. And there it is, my man. What's up? What's up? What's up? We like to play a little music, get something going, and have some fun in terms of welcoming you to VIP, brother. You're making a cool step. I'm excited about 2022. And you and anyone else who wants to join today, we've had days where we've had up to 10 people join. I want to let you guys know we had over 100 people join the first month. We had more VIP join, guys, than any other channel. I would tell you guys, more than any other channel. So we've had... To say we've had a lot of people join. We have had a few solid guys that have stayed with the market. It's not easy. So, Chris, I know that you're probably familiar with the market. Just as I would say, just like I said to Sean, he's new to the group, and I just said we have to book some awesome trades this year. They don't have to all be done today, right? So in terms of that Twitter, I put the link in there for you. You can go to Twitter, and please, if you will, and anybody else who wants to join, once you slam that button, go ahead and go to the profile. We'll hit right back into BTC in 2 seconds, guys. Go to the profile here that you'll see there, and if you could, I'll let you know. First of all, LBank is a nice guys, we really like L Bank right now. It's got futures. It's legal in the United States. That's important to us. Okay, we don't trade unrestricted. We don't like promote restricted anything on the channel. Just so you guys know, we just keep it legit. L Bank, that link on the top, you'll see that here. You'll like that. You'll see former financial analyst, hedge fund, non-SEC, my own hedge fund, non-SEC, and presidential advisor, former, all that stuff's former. In terms of this first link, if you could just click on here, it says the Kingdom, hello, I am VIP, follow me, just click on that, put I am VIP, bam, and hit tweet. That will get me, hit that response, that will get me plugged into who you are. We'll get you in the back rooms. We can't say enough. We're excited. Chris, what's up? What's up, my man? And what do we got? Yeah, Slim saying, welcome, Chris. What's up? Wait till you guys see the flying jet London has, or even better, the Bitcoin bull. Well, that Bitcoin bull. What are we going to do with that Bitcoin bull? I do not know. If Angel shows up, hopefully Angel's in the crowd. You guys know Angel, top shelf VIP, invested in Bitcoin at $7.79. And Angel, I feel like rounding down. I don't know why. I just feel like rounding down. He's always in the background, guys. And $7.79. He is one of the king crypto traders you're ever going to meet. And he decides to make this place his home. And just so you guys know, he doesn't have an incentive or he doesn't have any reason to be here other than the quality of TA. I don't know that other people don't really know that, Angel. Just so that and I'll just say that, right? He's one of the big, he's a crypto tycoon, period. And he's here for the TA. So, Chris, we really welcome you. And I want to make sure, technical analysis of the financial markets. There we go. And I want to make sure that you get this book. Let's see, technical analysis of the financial markets. Okay, this is the #1 book. It is the go-to book, John J. Murphy. And make sure that you get this book today, and get it today, overnighted, from Amazon. I am that serious about this book. I promise you're going to find the right answers in that book. At least as they would apply to Wall Street institutional investing. No one should have an edge on you. And I always tell people, in terms of looking at other stations, we have this problem with YouTube, okay, and a problem with mass dissemination of material. And understand this is why we have an exclusive group. But please understand, as people are looking for the right answer, they're going to judge it a lot of times on whether or not a lot of people have seen it. Oh, 2.1 million people saw this video. Oh, this must be the right answer. Guys, I got to tell you, there's not 2.1 million people that are getting it right. All right, I'm telling you, there are not 2.1 million people that are getting it right. The market is not built to where the majority of people get it right. All right, very few win. And I discussed this with Angel at the top, and shout out 58,500 in terms of overall contributions. Just excited to have you in and around, Angel. Love you, brother. You know this. Hope you got my text and video, by the way. In terms of that, guys, the market's not built to reward the masses of the people. So when you're looking for information, and it's like, well, this guy or this channel or this whatever it is, and there may be some quality out there. I have not encountered it yet. I really haven't encountered it yet, guys. I've looked. I have market data, research, etc. I haven't encountered it yet, right? So when we look at the fundamentals of technical analysis, we're serious about it, guys. We are really serious about it. And what was this structure, guys? We were looking at this in the back. I didn't want this to play, and it looked like we had beaten this in the back a little bit on the run in terms of the entirety of this. But we were looking at, and I brought this up one too many times possibly, right? But in terms of this, we were looking at this bear flag. Really, we're excited about the origination here in terms of that ascending triangle on BTC. It did play, at least within its threshold. We got a nice bounce up to that level of resistance on the candle wicks, right? It did. Sometimes I say this. Sometimes and you guys know this, if you pay enough attention here, if you listen quite a bit, the resistance can act as a rejection level. You guys know that. It can act as a level of rejection. But I also say sometimes just stay alert, because the resistance can also act as a magnet, right? It can actually just pull the price up when you would have no expectation of it getting there. And you guys have heard me say that the last few days. So it's just a way to reframe your mind around things a bit. It's like, yes, it can offer a opportunity for a short. It's an instance of expectation for rejection or negative pricing, right? But at the same time, while we're looking at it almost in a fearful way, it's like, whoa, there's a resistance. Well, it is the resistance. Many times it will act as a magnet to the pricing. So I want you guys to frame your frame your technical, I'd say your mindset around that, and be able to grasp that. That would be really, I think, important for you guys, just to see the opportunity where others see maybe a deficit, right? You almost view that as resistance as a deficit, right? That's a negative component of the price. No, it's a lot of times. It's actually the most positive component you can see. Look at the resistance on Kyber. Look at this. And I brought this up a few days ago. It's really played well in terms of its price action. We caught this move. I'm not sure if anybody in the VIP brought this, caught in on the Fibonacci's, but 20% today after a huge move up to the top. It was the number one mover. Looking at this line of resistance, do you see what it's done? It has offered a huge opportunity to the traders, right? So as you look at a deficit, well, it's not going to go higher than there, but it's going to go there, right? So when you can find that dynamic that's well expressed on a specific coin, Luna has that aspect a lot. If you guys will look at Luna, you guys know this along the way up, just looking at Luna. Check it out. It's like it continually, yes, we have the most negative line of resistance in the world, right? Which did what? Which continued to act as like a magnet for the pricing. You guys know this. It was just without fail. We'll go to the candle wicks or to the, we can explore that specific line of resistance a bit later. But looking at this, it was just like continually it wanted to push up to this zone, even beyond there, right? It's and I helped hammer this level out in the market. Angel, shout out to your brother. I'll never forget that. 2021, slamming into this zone, kicking this line of resistance, bam, bam, slamming, heavy amounts of cash into this, guys, heavy six figures, boom, boom, trying to push this resistance up on Luna, because my idea was, well, at some point it's going to act like a magnet, and so we're going to have a higher price down the road if I can kick this up, bam, bam. So we had fun, and I know I probably almost gave Angel a heart attack as we were trading, and I'm like, just wait, it's going to go up there. I wanted to lay out that future for us. So look at that resistance if you can, right? Look at that resistance in terms of not always the negative component of it, but yes, like we just saw in BTC, in terms of just the framework to look at. What did we shoot up to? We shot up to that level of resistance on top. Again, it just kind of acted as that magnet, and bam. But it didn't have much more after that. And looking at the specific, let's look at the indicators real quickly. Let's look at this specific EMA. Right, that exponential moving average is going to be on the 200. That 200 on the 30-minute really was the kill switch, right? Let me go ahead and make this a little bit brighter. And shout out to anybody who is here for the first time. We have just welcomed Chris into the VIP. We're really excited to have you, Chris, in 2022. Just understand it's a journey, brother. And I'm excited to hear about your trade game. I want to hear about what you've got going on outside of the trade game. We've got some cool dudes in the back, man. It's just it's a pleasure to welcome you and anyone else who would like to join today. You let me know and hit that button. I'll put the link on top. You guys just slam into that button. And yeah, we've got a lot of good traders. I'll tell you that. A lot of people who like to trade in the back. Honestly, it's a really good quality crew. I've got Doge in the top left. I'm excited about Doge. Last night we had that on the top left. That was our first and foremost coin. I'll tell you guys, it performed excellently well. You have to say, even if you don't trade Doge, I got to tell you guys, it performed like a champ yesterday. Right, so Freddie, I know you did well, and some of the VIP, I know you traded well. I got tired, guys. I tried to stay up for this liftoff, and I hit a 20x short here, bam, and then the VIP in the back, no, I closed it just about perfectly. And when I told you guys about that specific move, and I just got tired. I couldn't stay up for this liftoff, and I'm like, I want to trade this. One of the challenges of crypto. So we're lucky in VIP to kind of have an international, little bit of an international approach. I got to tell you guys, it's the truth. We have Pathfinder in Slovenia, of all places in Slovenia, and we're excited that he's there. But we have that international scope, so you'll see charts 24/7 in that room. I promise you'll see them. If everyone could get a good rest, that would be appreciated, right? But I know you guys are into crypto, and that's just what crypto does. I bring that up because last night it was if you slept in, you got lucky on Doge. Right, it really played to the expectations. Looking at Doge at about that 4% level. Maintaining just a bit here. Let's see what we got in terms of the chat. Hello from the Netherlands. What is up, Mathis? How are you? Mathis Quint. Well, hey, we have a Netherlands fellow here. What's going on, Mathis? We would love to have you join. We have Slovenia. We have had an international still. At one point, we had traders from, what was that, like 18 or 19 different countries? Like, it was just a ton. I mean, the entire map, I had a diagram of it. We had them all over the world. It was just a really cool facet. And I'll just tell you, It was one thing. Doge was a really, really big example. And I'd use this as an example, whether or not people like to trade it or not. But this was the idea. Even if you don't like it and it went down, I always tell people, if you don't like something, it's going to go down, short it. If you can't make money shorting something, an investment that you don't like, come on now. Maybe it didn't have enough price action to the downside. Maybe it wasn't volatile enough. But in Doge, just to reframe, like Pathfinder, I shout out to him because we traded the entirety of the price action up. We were here. And it was just so much aggressive price action. Just like you had two opportunities in 2021 to add a zero. It was nice, right, to do a 10x. In terms of this, just understand the great story about Pathfinder and VIP. Literally, guys, and this is, I can't make this stuff up, right? But I tested, I'd say this. It's very highly indicated if you do the research, the 86 retracement. I did a lot of work on it. We did a lot of work, right? Just making sure that was the key level, 86% retracement, not the 78.6, right? Not the golden pocket, the 61.8 to the 65th, not the 78.6, but the 86% retracement. And Pathfinder knew about that. He heard me talk about the 86 when Doge was up here, guys. When Doge was way up here, Pathfinder heard me talking about that. Not a lot of people listened, but I was saying, yeah, that key level, that 86 towards the bottom. And I'm telling you guys, literally he heard it then, and just shout out to Pathfinder. The greatest thing, I was also talking about heavy reserve capital. Just listen, this is the best story. I really wish that some more people knew about this story. Maybe they will at some point. But of all the people that got hurt in Dogecoin, I was always talking also about heavy reserve capital down available for the lower levels. You guys know that in crypto, not to be overexposed at those higher prices and to stack that green lower. Okay, and for heavy, literally my charts would look like this. So hitting that 86 after this degree of retracement, when everyone is just pushing, we got to get the full put the house and the ranch in it. Right now, we don't want the house or the ranch in it. We want to really stay well composed, and that doesn't mean you can't have exciting trades, guys. The market is really phenomenal right now. You guys know that the market is really phenomenal. There's all kinds of opportunities to enhance your level of exposure. You guys know that, to enhance your level of exposure. In addition to your spot trades, potentially even with futures, with leverage, if you handle those correctly, right? And that's a different ball game, guys. You want to be really careful with that leverage, with the finger on the trigger with leverage. You guys know that. But looking at a cross trend line of resistance, attempting to pick up in here. Let's go to this candle wick here, so we can just take a look. It's just Doge. When Doge flies, when it's up 5%, and it's amongst the top 2 or 3 ETF coins, like we're definitely going to pay attention to it to the extent that it's receiving attention. Guys, we get to talk about this from, you guys saw from Elon Musk and the Gigafactory in Texas, right? To the extent that there's some big plans for Doge, we're paying attention to it. The supply issue with me is an issue. I'll say that. It always has been. I understand the need for minting additional coins. I understand that. I'm just not a huge fan of it, right? I would prefer that exclusivity. It's why we also focus a lot on Bitcoin, without a doubt. And shout out to Angel. Guys, he invested in Bitcoin at $7.79. Okay, so just shout out, and I appreciate so many of the facets of the utility of so many of the different coins that are in the market right now. We're just looking for those next levels of higher utility to essentially exploit, guys, in the market in terms of trading, and not exploit in any kind of a bad way, but like Luna, for instance. What a solid project, right? Price target on that was that Angel $4.06. Currently it's at $92. So that was a nice entry. A couple coins this year have gone 30x, believe it or not. And that's an impressive move for those few coins today. Let's look at this chart real quickly on Doge. What we're trying to pick up and hold and maintain this level of resistance, okay, prior resistance on the 5-minute chart. I would recommend you guys take a look at that 5-minute chart, because we're carving right into this specific level of resistance. We don't want to lose that level, right? We want to stay up and above that level. There are orders. Show me a prior resistance, right? And I'll show you orders at that level. You guys know that's my famous saying. Show me a level of prior resistance. I will show you orders at that level. So in terms of that top line function, very close. Really close to formulating another ascending triangle. I drew it on the other chart. But that flat top resistance, ascending line of support, just close to being another huge round up for Doge. So I'll say this, with the price action, we can't complain, right? Let's hold on to that level of resistance if we can. Okay, let's formulate that into support on the 1 minute, getting a little bit better look at what we're dealing with here. We got a flat top anywhere. I'll even go to the 15-second and look for a flat top. There we go. We got a flat top on the 15-second. I always look for that flat top, guys. I'm looking for a flat top because that is indicative of the potential for an ascending triangle. Now, the 15 seconds a little tight to play. You get too wound up into the lower time frames, just so that you know. You get too far into these lower time frames, and I'll tell you, you start zooming in on the 5 minute, then you're on the 1 second, and I'll tell you, you're so far into the price action. The one danger, but I will confirm that we have on the 5 second and on the 15 second, we have the potential here for an ascending triangle. Okay, right at that level of resistance, right? Prior resistance that we just looked at. What I will say is the fact that when you get so scoped in and you're on the 1 second and you're literally down in through, I mean, you're so tight in the price action, just understand sometimes you need to take a breath. You need to get back in and realize, whoa, okay. Yeah, we're all the way, we were all the way into that small spot right there. Just to reframe, make sure you still have your solid lines, your solid technicals in play. Make sure that you have a grasp with the entirety of the framework of what you're looking at, right? We don't want you guys too frameworked into or too zoomed in. Don't get too zoomed in. Don't lose yourself down at those lower time frames. I know that you guys don't, but do always make sure that you check if you have dual screens. Maybe you want to see one screen that has it looks like that small ascending triangle maybe in the works. Let's see if BTC is also going to pick up. Let me go to a smaller time frame on BTC. Let's see what BTC is doing. It's on the top right and looking like a flat top. Let's see what we got. A bit of a flag formation on BTC, just a touch of that on the 15 second. We're in tight, guys. I want to see this price action. Let's take a look at that in terms of that downward sloping channel that we would need. It's roughly indicated. The issue with the lower time frames, you guys know this. You're going to have to make some exceptions in terms of the normal expectations. You're just going to have more volatility. Things aren't going to always be laid out as clearly, right? So you're going to need to have that understanding at those lower time frames. I know you guys know this, but it's good to repeat this just for all our benefit. So BTC currently down 1.45% at 42,126. We look like we're trying to get up and out of a small bull flag. Would be nice. The bull flag is an indication of there we go, boom, just that. There we go. That's exactly what's that. That's an indication of a potential move to the upside. Took the words right out of my mouth. That was nice. To the extent that we have an inverse head and shoulders at an angle here, that would be a reversal pattern. So looking at that, we wouldn't designate a bull flag. A bull flag as a reversal pattern. Pardon me. Within that understanding, a reversal pattern could be a inverse head and shoulders, right? But and we could have a bull flag as a part of the inverse head and shoulders, but we don't classify necessarily, although it operates quite frequently as the initiation of some upward pricing. We don't classify the bull flag as a reversal pattern. So we always try and designate the patterns as either reversal or continuation. You guys know that, either a reversal or a continuation. That's very important for us as we assess the patterns. You guys know the axiom goes: buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. Right? In terms of that, in terms of the target framework that we would look at, you can do that as aggressively as anybody else in the market, guys. In terms of framing up the technicals immediately, bam, right? Working into whether or not it be under candle wicks, the lower time frames, probably you're going to have some options. I'll say that because of levels of volatility. I don't want to say that I don't want, guys, if you really start trading with Fibonacci's at the lower time frames, I'm just going to tell you that you need to definitely make sure you're zooming out, because you can load in and stack on a very small basis at a lower time frame, and you can completely lose the perspective of how involved you are with the price action. Okay, so when you're targeting in, if you're stacking orders on a lower time frame like the 15 second, make sure you get back to like the 30 minute at least, or the hourly, and see, man, I'm stacking that much cash in this small zone right here, right? It's crucially important. Just want to remind you guys of that. Is this crew likes to VIP like to target, right? That's part of the ball game. we're looking at these levels that we're operating as levels of support here as potential levels of resistance. So that's going to be our climb up the hill, back up the hill if we can get that going. And let's just look at we could look at the RSI if you guys want to. I could put that on the screen if you prefer. We can go through additional coins. If VIP have anything to say, let me know. I always love having USDT.D. There you go. I like that. Always reminded me of that. And let's see, where do we want that? Let's put it down. That's a nice Doge chart right there. Isn't it? I mean, it's a really nice Doge chart. I like Doge on the top left here. What does this one have that one doesn't? I might put it, let's put Luna down here. I want to put, let's do this real quickly. This is the Doge 5 minute. Let's put the Doge 5 minute there. Let's do this. Let me, I just like the way I have that scoped out. That's nice. Let me put this here. Bam. Let's put this here. Let's just copy that and put that primary channel up essentially along like that. Show a little bit of a break down there. That'll work. And then let me put let's put Luna down here. Let me put Luna down here. Just some housekeeping. Allow me to get these together for you. Make sure that you're looking at this on a big screen TV. You guys have to look at this on a big screen TV. I say that all the time. The guys that do the best, they're on a big screen TV. Okay, I just tell you guys, they've got their technicals completely together. I'll tell you that. From Freddie to Angel, etc. All the big guys in the back. They've got. I say big guys, just the guys that have been around for a while. They've all got that one common component. They just got a big screen TV. It doesn't have to be huge. Just it does help in the framework of having that. Just having the technicals, just not so micro flying. Particularly if you're on a handheld now, you could do that. But plan to maybe get into the framework of that big screen TV. It will help you assess the technicals. And I look forward to seeing some pictures of some of the new VIPs, some of your trade stations. What do you guys got going on? And if you don't have much, hey, no problem. If you have some plans for it, etc., what are your plans for it? What are you looking at getting scoped out with in terms of your technical setup? We look forward to seeing and seeing the pictures and hearing about what all you got going on. So USDT.D. This is Tether dominance and good call. Pathfinder and I we're always talking about the Tether dominance. Okay, essentially the inverse correlation. You guys know when Tether dominance goes up, the market goes down. Right? People are fleeing to Tether. Right? The reserve. Let's just say the safe haven. Right, away from the volatility or the drop in the crypto prices. So when we see the potential for a positive move on Tether dominance, we are very, very, we're very much, tuned into it. You guys know that, like without a doubt, like Tether's about to take off. All right, Tether. We saw this specific bull flag here earlier in the week. I'm like, yeah, that's interesting, huh? Essentially, bull flag means Tether's going to the upside, right? Now, it did frustrate here at this level of resistance, which is a good thing for now, I'll tell you that. But looking at the specifics here in terms of the potential for a breakout of this triangulation for Tether, guys, that's a real pattern here. And it's a little bit interesting on the 4 hourly. We have a few different, hold on one second. Let me get some water if you guys don't mind. Let me get one sip of water real quickly. There we go. Thank you so much. Looking at the 4 hourly, we have an interesting setup and a scenario I want you guys to look at. The variable line of resistance. Now, on the 4 hourly, on the actual lines, you'll see a different line of resistance across the top. You'll see that we have room to get up and out of even this secondary, this secondary flag that's forming. Have you guys seen the dusk chart? Very interesting right now. Have you seen the dusk chart? You'll see, you'll be able to tell that we review our charts. Let's look at, let's see what Bitcoin's doing. There we go, a little rebound. Nice to see, huh? That bull flag, huh? Indicative of future positive pricing action. Way to go. So we were on USDT.D for a minute. Sometimes these coins like to just be left alone for a few seconds to move. The guys that watch a lot, you guys know that, right? Just go to another chart real quickly, see if that thing will go up, right? It's almost, I mean, we can sit and stare at something for hours, and then it's like if we just go to another chart, it'll just like to move for us. So very, very nice. I know you guys have these on your own trade stations, etc., but that's funny. Let's see, looking at here. This specific move to the upside, nice. We caught that bull flag. Nice if you guys decided to trade. It's small trades, depending upon how you traded it, if you're on leverage, etc., in futures. But nice move for BTC. A little bit of a nice move. Now, in terms of that, let's see the 1 minute. Looking at those levels of potential resistance, we have conquered. Let's just get into these details. These are different than what I'm normally looking at with the 20, the 50, and we're up at about that 100 that's going to be in red, and the 200 is going to be in blue. Okay, those are going to be the levels that we need to essentially we need to beat, guys. We got to get up and above those. Now, looking at the framework of the reversal, right? We may have another inverse head and shoulders here, larger. Let's go ahead and look at that on BTC real quickly. Again, is there a reversal pattern in play? Let's dig into the details here, and we're really excited today. I have to let you guys know we had Chris Meeks join VIP. Very exciting. And Chris, you just came out of nowhere and you hit that button immediately. Very easy. I'm going to tell you, you're going to love the group. Bottom line, you're going to love the group, and look forward to seeing what you could do in 2022. Have patience is one thing I'll say, and definitely look at the bottom right. You'll see Josh. Josh in the bottom right is just. I put him up to $1 million challenge. He made the $1 million, and he earned $1 million, and he was very nice. He was like, London, I listened to everything that you said. I applied it, and I beat the market, period. And I've got a nice kind of letter from him, just in the form of a note that he sent me. It was just very nice in terms of that. Really classy guy, I got to say. Really classy guy, and just appreciate that, Josh. I know that you're busy with business now and trading, etc. And he's a goer and blower, guys. He's a mover and shaker. He's got a lot of different hands of business and different things. He's just exciting guy to know. So we're glad that. And so you guys know it's not like, well, one guy made $1 million. It's it was him and two other guys that got put up to the challenge. He was the first. And one of the other guys made $1 million in 2 days back to back each day. So. We've done well in terms of those challenges. I'm specific about who I make the challenge to, and there's some interesting qualifications. I normally don't tell people what they are, and it doesn't have to deal with the fact that they have big accounts. Interesting enough, it doesn't have to deal with the fact that they're trading big accounts. Odd enough. Okay, so I put 3 people up to that challenge in terms of the $1 million challenge, and nowhere in the picture was the fact that they had to have a big trading account. So, and there's a hidden I'd say hidden factor that I consider, and I don't share that with everybody, just so you know. Some people know what that is. Some people in the group know what it was that got them involved in the $1 million challenge. Looking at this inverse head and shoulders, right? It's a bit to an angle, right? We would expect an additional pattern formation carrying up the specific head, right? Then essentially to the neckline. That's the amplitude, just textbook, right? That we would expect for that move to the upside. Looks like we're right in that zone. But depending upon the candle wicks to the lines, you're going to have some variability here. Always, let's say typically, in terms of that, the neckline and the amplitude that you would have on that from the head to that neckline. The neckline is defined real easily as the left shoulder, right shoulder, and it's the 2 pivots between the shoulders and the head formation. Just really easy stuff, right? But you want to make sure that you're right on with this technical. You want to make sure you understand what the neckline is 100%, guys. You want to define it right there at the maximum of the pricing. Bam. At the maximum of the pricing. Bam. And you want to define that head formation at the maximum of the pricing down at this level. Bam. That's going to be accurate. You don't ever want to pull in or have, to cut yourself short, because you want to maximize that amplitude of this move, right? That's the most aggressive that you can become. It's a reversal pattern, so let it try and get its let it try and be as aggressive as it's indicated. Sometimes on the lines versus the candle wicks, depending upon the market you're in, you'll get that indication. None of the candle wicks are playing, right? We were just all of the candle wick formations are playing. So really the candle wicks are going to give you more of that maximum amplitude there. 1 minute is pretty much a life goal, honestly. 1 million is a life goal. That's a good thing. When you get that goal, you're going to have to decide, okay, what's next? And, it may not be that big of a deal. If that's a life goal, you'll get there. I believe that you'll get there, Path. You're good enough. I think good things about you, man. You have good technical, good TA. I think you're headed in the right place, the right direction. Maybe time is just kind of being patient with you. Maybe it's an interesting way to put it. Like, I don't need time to be patient with me. I'd like to make my $1 million. But I got to say, guys, I work with a lot of traders. Okay, I'm a former financial professional, and I used to have a hedge fund in California, but it's not like it's not non-SEC, etc. But just to let you guys know, I've been around a lot of the top traders, like literally on Wall Street, period, like the top trader. Okay, literally, like daily, etc. Okay, one of the things you guys need to know, I deal with a lot of them, and like including you guys. So I pick up on some different things. Like I see some commonalities, some common traits between the traders. What do we got? short-term bullish or bearish. What is up? There is Monarch. Hey, Monarch, how are you? We're just going through the details, talking with the VIP. That's our top-level trade group. So we're just kind of chilling and talking about goals, etc. So we welcome you to join our group if you'd like to. If you do trade, we have a top-shelf back room, etc. Let's just go through that real quickly in terms of our back rooms, charts, etc. Signals. Just a great team. Hey, there's Sean. What's up, Sean? Nice to see you, brother. Nice photo, huh? You gotta say, huh, Sean? Nice photo, huh? You look like a movie star or something. Just very nicely done, huh? Hope that that's a professional shot. I'm sure you can use that in the profession if need be. We've got from blue collar to white collar. I say the only requirements that you want to beat the market, bottom line. And we'll give you the tools to help you try and do that. So, Monarch, you're welcome to join if you'd like to. And what happened in the Netherlands? Matthias, come on, Netherlands. That's come on, represent the Netherlands, my man. You have an opportunity, Matthias. I mean, that's not every day you get a chance to represent the Netherlands. VIP International Trade Group. What's up, brother? That's pretty cool. So looking at this specific draw to the upside, and right now we're looking for a reversal pattern. You guys know this. We're looking for a reversal. Hey, and Sean saying, what's up, guys? Nice to see that. Bam, right on target. Sean is nice quick hands, huh? You got to use those in the market. Way to go, bam. Let's say this. Let me look at the 15 second. The 15 seconds, a little bit of a tight time frame. We'd like to maintain an upward trajectory for this line of support here. Buyers need to continue to step in at this level. We have a flat top here. Okay, I'd like to see a rising level of support accompanied therewith. We'd like to see this price action continue to the upside for a little bit of a rebound play here for BTC. We do not want a swing failure here. We're at 1.1%, a little bit of a nice rebound here on BTC. Let's go through the entirety of the market real quickly and kind of look. We got some red in the tread, right? As we would say, from near to Mina, Engine, Cody, a lot of red. Some of these within, as you guys know the pattern. Some of these are just within pattern. For Cody, for instance, we know where that's headed. Yeah, looking at 3, 4, 5. What is this? Quite a few down. Not too severely. It's not one of those major pour downs in the market. So that's a good thing for you guys, unless you're waiting to get picked up at those lower levels. You guys know that. Now, what was that I told the VIP last night? What was this that we told about the Bitcoin dominance? Let's get into Bitcoin dominance. This was a good one, huh? Let's shift off of OGN. Well, somebody in VIP promised me. I'm going to promise myself, and I promise you guys, I have an alert set for this OGN bull flag. I haven't given up on it yet. That's one of the biggest bull flags in the market. Just to pay attention for VIP, for everybody. OGN, potential 72% move to the upside. Guys, it's a heck of a move, right? So we're going to be looking at OGN. I have that framed with an alert. So that's going to alert me, and I'll alert you guys if OGN is going to the upside. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. You guys want to take a look at that? Let's look at Bitcoin dominance. I said this yesterday, so I'm interested to see how this plays out. BTC USDT, BTC.D. It's BTC.D. You guys know that. Bitcoin dominance, right? Looking at the framework here, what were we discussing yesterday? We were talking about, okay, anytime, I think it was this, anytime that it looks like Bitcoin dominance is really bullish, I look for one of two things. Either Bitcoin to outperform, okay, and I'm talking about this specific chart framework, guys. Anytime that, hey, thanks, Monarch, I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Thank you quite a bit, Monarch. That's very nice. I want to take time and actually say thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not perfect every day. I have to tell you that. We have a lot of traders in the back. We got, I've got crypto in my veins, that kind of feeling sometimes. So I'm trying my best a lot of the time, but I get to that point. It's like, I've got crypto in my veins, man. It's like, how you doing? I got crypto in my veins. I've been up for, quite a while. I hit the gym. I probably shouldn't have gone. And I always joke with people, because it's a challenge to stay on top of a market 24/7. I always joke with the traders, if we have a live stream that's up to like 3 or 4 or 5 in the morning, I'm like, you guys, you understand you have to at least go get your mail around your neighbors tomorrow? Do you understand that? And they're all kind of like, yeah, I know. We have to be somewhat presentable, right? In on the planet around your neighbors, etc. So thank you, Monarch. It means a lot. We have a cool group, and we're excited to have you as part of the community. Love for you to join at least the base camp. That's our bottom level. intro level of membership. It's like the price of a pack of gum, and we're pretty exclusive. We like to focus on our own TA. We want to be responsible for our own success in 2022, and we don't want to. We just never want to hunt through wrong answers intentionally to maybe find a right one. That don't work. That's a waste of time, guys. Anytime you're hunting through a known wrong source for maybe a right answer or a peek inside, maybe something good amidst all the wrong. No, that's not going to work, guys. So looking at the framework here, I just tell you what I expressed yesterday was the notion anytime that on Bitcoin dominance we see something that looks like it would potentially offer us a bullish framework here, we pay attention because I'm either looking for when I say that it's nice to have a little bit of a pour down moment, a little bit of a retracement ongoing. Because there's one of two options, right? We could have some green and BTC could decide to just take off and roll up stronger, right? Then if Bitcoin dominance is looking strong. Now we're in I'd say a descending wedge. It's close to a descending triangle. You guys know that, but it's somewhat of a bullish pattern framework, right? It's somewhat bullish. We would expect to the extent that we maintain this, I say this structure, and it is imperfect. I'll tell you that we would hope for a wedge to look more like this, a little bit more of a dissension here along this level of support, right? We would actually hope for that to be a little bit further, and just in terms of the ideal angles. Okay, it's a little bit. I went through this yesterday, but just look at this. Anytime we're dealing with a descending wedge that looks like this, right? If I just take a component piece of this, right, the descending wedge. That's not what we want to deal with, okay? We don't want anything curtailed. We want a nice expression between the level of support and level of resistance, right? This would be an absolute, undesirable pattern. The mid-level pattern is workable. That's essentially what we have here is that mid-level pattern there. As I raise this level here, right? It's just kind of raise that level of support up a bit. We would just prefer to have things a bit more extended, right? And within the standardized framework of TA in terms of, as we understand it, within the angles. I won't get into the essential angles, etc. The construction. A lot of your triangulations are going to be centered around Fibonacci constructions, okay? Just so that you know that the mathematics involved are going to involve Fibonacci's, particularly your coils, your symmetrical triangulations, etc. Right? So, and it may have been, was it on the USDT.T chart, the tether USDT.D? There, I finally said it, guys. In terms of the tether, it's a mouthful, isn't it? The tether dominance chart. To the extent that we are currently up and along, and I think it may have been this. It may have been this, and also I may have mentioned also the Bitcoin dominance chart. Looking at this, and I think I definitely did mention, I mentioned the Bitcoin dominance chart. A different discussion occurs when we're looking at tether dominance, right? Because we would want to incorporate, if whatever coins you're trading, you're going to want to look at that specific dominance chart to see, and you might do a review of quite a few of them to see which if let's say if Tether is looking like it's going to become more dominant, i.e. there's going to be a return to Tether, or a flood to Tether, right? Escape to a safe kind of a safe haven, right, amidst any red in the market. That's the kind of the safe haven kind of a control aspect or asset in crypto, right? People will put their money in Tether, USDT, so the market dominance will go up, right? And when it goes up, while it's going up, you'll see the red in the market, okay? So there's an inverse relationship, and we know this, but the Tether dominance goes up, right? And you will see, as it goes up, you'll see the crypto prices going down, right? So we're seeing that right now. Tether is up, crypto prices down. Now, within that context, it's a bit of a different discussion than what we just had with Bitcoin dominance, right? That dominance, that percentage of the market that Bitcoin is expressing, if it's currently market cap BTC dominance 41.6%, right? If it's going to take up more of the percentage of the market, right, we're going to expect to not fare so well in the other altcoins, right? And let me just say in the altcoins, not other altcoins. That's not appropriate because it's in the other coins, which are altcoins. That's probably the best way to say it. So we dig into this quite a bit, and Pathfinder in the back, you're a pro at this. You guys, you know that. We could spend a long time discussing that. Without a doubt, we could spend quite a long time discussing that. I don't want to spend too much time, but I want you guys to know it's a key component of our trade game, without a doubt. This is a very unique pattern construction here. Let's go to the 1 minute. Let's go to this 1 minute and look at this potential flat top on BTC. Wow, okay, let's go to the 5 minute as well. Let's look at a few different. Now you see that flat top pretty well. You guys see that on the 5 minute very clearly. Had a nice rebound with a, let's just talk about this, a bull flag, right? Nice bull flag, bam. Move to the upside with a downward sloping channel. You guys know that's the classic definition of a bull flag. We need that move to the upside, downward sloping channel. We're trying to recover. A bit of a pour down. I labeled this an emergency video just to, because I believe that it was an exciting, and I know that it was an exciting time for BTC. We were looking at recovering into, and I'll just say that, you know, it was very obvious that we were looking at recovering into a flag, potential flag formation. And that was exciting for quite a few of us that were, you know, excited about potentially trading a bull flag on Bitcoin. We had that run to the upside to the extent that we could have maintained this downward sloping channel. I want to welcome all the VIP, everybody. Hope you're having an awesome weekend. Everyone from the base camp as well. Any previous VIPs that are in the house, we hope you're doing well, man. Any old VIPs, there's no time like today to say, hey, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and be VIP again, because we miss you guys. We hope you're all doing well. Hope you guys are doing great. It's Sunday. It's a nice day to kind of stream, go through things. As we look at the inverse head and shoulders, this could be on the lower time frame. So let me see if I can clean some of this up real quickly. I know some of you guys listen. I'm like, what's up? Yeah, so hope you guys are doing well. I know that you are in the market, okay? In terms of this line of resistance here, if we just carry down this parallel function, I don't want to overextend that specified, this specific, let's just say on the framework of that level of resistance. I don't want to overextend that channel framework, right? Let me just clarify that. But the move to the upside, the downward sloping channel, that's what we would like, right? In terms of the bottom parameter here that we would look at, I'm pulling down that channel framework from the resistance down to this specific hitch right in here. You guys see that on the 1 hourly chart, right? So when we push down into this level, this was very interesting because we all want a bull flag on the macro. We want a bull flag, guys. We want to move to the upside. It's I don't know. We can short all day long, but these bull flags are fun. They can print money, guys. In terms of, if you guys have traded BTC, you're like, yes, we know bull flags can print money. In terms of this move to the upside, the downward sloping channel. Looking at this level of support, we had. If I look at this, we had really compromised this bottom level right in here, this bottom level of support, assuming a parallel channel function. So as we skip down and through that level of implied, I'm just going to say the carry down from that top level resistance in the parallel channel. Guys, it's under your trend line tool. That specific level of support, recapturing it was a big deal. Then losing it was another big deal. Then recapturing it was another big deal. We're just right along this line of expectation in terms of the buyers, guys, the traders, in terms of this specific line of support. So the fact that we're now down below it again, guys, it's like, man, come on. You know, it's like, just can we hold that line of support? Like, what's really going on here? It's like we're just, I don't want to say it feels intentional, but it's like it can cooperate a little bit better than that, you know? And we did discuss this yesterday as well. We'll go through this and we'll check in on Doge, see how Doge is doing. Hopefully you guys are, let's just check into it. Hey, a little bit of a bounce. There we go. Get up and out of there, Doge. We want to see Doge keep doing well. We got the Doge pound in the back. We got some good guys. We got Elon Musk doing some stuff with Doge. We want Doge to do well, without a doubt. You guys know a lot of, you got to say Sheeb, power of Sheeb also. We love Sheeb. I brought that first. Right when it got on the exchange, no one knew what it was in 2021 to the VIP. That was the first like 2x we had. It was like, man, I have so much money in my account. I'm like, that is the idea. That is what we want. So let's look at the market. Let's see what's moving right now. I want to welcome you guys this weekend. It's nice to have you here. Kyber did well, huh? About 17, 18%, maybe up to 20% on the day. Nicely done. If you guys didn't know about Kyber, you know about it now. Copy that. See that level of resistance. Anybody take a short? I don't know if you guys, a lot of price action, right? Like maybe I'll take it if it decides to do an overthrow. An overthrow is any price action up and above the line of resistance. And maybe I'll wait for an overthrow with Kyber, see if it wants to go 5 or 10% up, and then I'll try and short back to that line of support, right? We always look for those overthrows. You guys can look at like West Texas Intermediate, etc. In terms of the oil chart recently, has had an interesting overthrow. That's what we got. Meaning we will recover back to around 43,000. Scamwick. I don't know what Scamwick is. I'm going to put technical analysis of the financial markets. And I want to put Murphy, John J. And I want you to get that book, Monarch. You subscribe. I want to make sure you have that book. Get it from Amazon in a 2-day overnight if you can. In terms of a scam, I've never heard of a scam, but I mean, I'm not opposed to it. It's just we focus on New York Institute of Finance, Monarch. We don't know what a scam is. That's just funny. In terms of this, my ideal for this, honestly, as I see this occurring, and as I saw it occurring, I didn't want to mention it because I didn't want anyone who doesn't trade to necessarily get over involved. I like to see pickups, and BTC likes to see pickups, and I think the guys that have traded for a while will agree with this. It's to the extent it's unspoken, but you kind of know how BTC likes to go, right? Something like this would be really, really nice right now. I'm going to tell you guys, something like this for a number of days to let the market consolidate would be really nice right now. Okay, because the preceding intervals, I'm just going to tell you the preceding levels, and it will depend upon what your goals are, right? But as we would look at Bitcoin, it has a tendency to carve for a while in a specific area, and I didn't want to really necessarily go there to get expectations up and have people just launch into a position. I always like people to make their own decisions in terms of entries or exits, and to know the VIP routine, right? To know the VIP routine. Like if you pay attention around here, you're going to know VIP. You're going to know what the ins and outs are in terms of your support, your resistance, right? Your patterns and your targets, right? So we're really on a micro level here. It's making me want to draw some more condensed targets in here, but I don't want to do that yet, guys. I'm not. This to me is conservative. This to me, I say, is conservative compared to those more aggressive targets that we could definitely schedule into right in here. The reason I haven't scheduled into these, just to let you know, like if we wanted to really get, hammered in and detailed with these targets, what I'll say is, and what was the question? Back to 43K. Can we go back to 43K? Yeah, I mean, it's this is the strategy. Let me say this. This is our strategy in terms of what we do. Monarch, to share it with you. Though we really would like you to be we would really invite you to be a base camper at least. Okay, so we know kind of you're registered, we know who you're talking to, etc. It's just kind of one of the key features. We appreciate you being a subscriber, though. If you feel like you need to get to know us a little bit better, that's okay. But hey, if you'd like to trade, this is really the defining moment, I got to tell you. Because if you'd like to trade, look at the top of your screen. Angel Matos, involved in Bitcoin, is $7.79. Like, that's our key guy. He's here. Like, so in terms of that, like, he's like probably the best trader you're going to find in crypto. If you like to trade, we like to trade. You can show us you like to trade by, like, price of a pack of gum. Like, at least, I don't know, let us know that you like to trade. Otherwise, it's like, we don't really know. We really don't know who we're talking to, and I appreciate that very much. Just have to let you know, we really don't know who we're talking to or what I'm going to spend my time on other than the VIP, because they are live here as well. So appreciate that. If you're a VIP, I spend time with the VIP, and I will defend your time therein as well. If you decide to join, you'll get that exclusive time, because we don't have all the time in the world. I like to spend it. I mean, not to say that, but we don't have all the time in the day, even amidst a stream. It's like as long as my voice can go, as long as we can keep things rolling. What I'll say, we could get more aggressive. You guys understand this. We could be more aggressive right now in terms of targeting. We absolutely could be more aggressive in terms of our targeting. We could lay it out, scope it within this preceding breakout here, for instance. This was a significant breakout, right? A significant level here. In terms of getting more involved in the price action, I've chosen, like, specifically because you understand here, those who trade a lot understand that we like to trade from the prior breakout with the Fibonacci's up to the top, normally up to the top candle wick, okay? That will give us more aggressive targets. Now, to the extent that we have more aggressive targets, is with the expectation and the understanding that we're not going to have another pour down moment like this. To the extent that you're already involved from a lower, I'll say this, to the extent that the VIP are already involved from a lower, and I mean like the low on the 4 hourly, okay, our acquisition target was bam, the low, ba-boom, nice. You'll know that. You'll always know that in terms of 2022, how do we start out with the low, bam, acquisition target on the 4 hourly line chart. Very important. It's very important for us to know that we continue to nail those targets. Bitcoin spike, that's how we got that name back in this zone. Finding this in the back, that ascending triangle, bam, move to the upside. Huge, huge, huge pickup. Amidst all of this, this was a pour down terror moment for the market. Like it looks like we have an ascending triangle, but boom, nice move to the upside, right? So that's what we kind of got the namesake of Bitcoin spike, and we appreciate those spikes on BTC. So the framework here recently has been volatile, right? It's been quite a bit to manage on these pour throughs here. I'd say this, after capitulating some of these key levels of, I'm going to say this as well, capitulating some of these key levels along these prior resistance levels. Look at this, look at the daily. And let's check this out here. In terms of that daily function, you all remember this specific line. That specific level, I wanted to maintain that level, period. Right? So below that level, if we're looking at a bull flag, let's get a little more aggressive. Right, but to the extent that we're below this level of resistance, to the extent that we're below this level of resistance, I'm personally, in terms of like a trade, I'll take a trade any day. You guys know that. I'm ready to trade anytime. But in terms of this, really becoming super aggressive, this is it. I'm less inclined, and I think you guys will agree. I almost know you guys will. I can see Angel shaking his head up and down right now. I'm less inclined to heavily schedule into and really pound away into on aggressive targeting and really scale into a level of resistance. Like, we just don't normally do that, guys. You understand that? We got lines of resistance up above us right now, to the extent that we could have formulated a nice bull flag in, I'd say, in this zone. Okay, let's get going, right? Let's maintain that level of support and resistance up and above the entirety of the resistance. Let's go. Let's schedule in. Let's hammer away. But once we've capitulated beyond, and I think you guys agree with that, right? We buy at support, we sell at resistance. So it seems a little bit contradictory for me, and this is a big statement, right? Because it's very important. It's contradictory for me as we buy at support and sell at resistance, as we're still up in the framework of these levels of resistance for us to become more aggressive in terms of our targeting, right? Let's power in our purchases right into the level of resistance, right? That has not been the mainstay here. Okay, we've backed off within a level of, I'd say, of just understanding. We've wanted to have at least some let's say some respect for the fact that we're still operating up and along these levels of resistance, right? We just don't want to, we don't need like an onslaught attack up into lines of resistance for buyers, that for our traders. That's not what I want to be known as, right? We hammered it into the lines of resistance all day long. They don't have that utility. They're not upward in nature. We're not looking for a new all-time high as a result of contacting them in the future, et cetera. It's just not indicated right now. And I think all you guys will agree. It's just kind of it is what it is, right? We don't want to. Let's not just hammer into the lines of resistance. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can't stop a bull from doing that. So look at the framework here. We gave it a little bit of time. Nice to see some pattern development. Would have been more interesting to see a flat top across here. You guys know. Let's look at the candle wicks and see if we can come up with something nice in terms of this. It's not too bad. What do you guys think in terms of an ascending triangle? The ascending triangles have been a little bit off recently. They haven't been perfect along the top. I don't know if you guys noticed that on Dogecoin last night. Doge had one and it played solidly. People who traded Dogecoin made good money, just as you guys know. Looking at that flat top line resistance, that's crucial. You guys know that. That's a crucial, I say a crucial aspect or component, technical component of the price action. So looking at the expectation here, we could look for a move back up to 42,817. Okay, that's technically indicated right now. Before we get there, we're going to have to pass through a level of prior support, which we have the expectation that it could function as a current level of resistance, right? That cross trend line function. That's a cross trend line definition. Any specific prior resistance to support that would be support to resistance, or a we could say a resistance to support, which we could have seen along the way here, or we may have along the way up. Let's take a look at this. There we go. That prior resistance to support, right? So that's a cross trend line along the top, and we may have a little bit of a little bit of a show here in terms of getting back in up and above. That's a resistance feature that comes from the prior support. So you guys understanding that. Let's look at the market. What do we got going on? BTC on the top right, and let's look what is still moving today. NIR is going down in price just a bit. That Kyber is still on top. Ape doing pretty well, 11%. Badger, ICP, 4%. Ample, 4.52%. Floki, 4.42%. Doge, 4.4%. We want to shout out and make sure that we welcome again Chris Meeks in the house. Chris, I hope that you went to Twitter. I hope that you went and let's see what we got. Chris followed you. Very good. Make sure, Chris, that you put in a picture. We want to see your picture. Put in a background. Do something cool. We got some good guys in the back. We want to see just a family fun shot, some sports shot, something cool like that. And make sure that you reply to that first pinned tweet. Put I am VIP. Put that there for me. I appreciate that. So nice to have you joining the crew. Chris in the house. Very nice to have you. So let's see what we got in terms of USDT.D currently pushing a line of resistance. Okay, to the extent that USDT.D wants to break out, you guys pay attention. To the extent that USDT dominance, USDT, okay, Tether dominance, to the extent that it decides to break this resistance, yeah, we're going to be paying some attention to this, guys. That's a big deal, okay? That is a big, big deal. We're going to put an alert on this so I can notify the VIP if and when that does occur immediately, okay? And you guys, VIP, etc., make sure that you have that specific framework put in as well. So let's see this here. Let me see if I can put this on here. Let's create this once per minute. Let's put that on. For some reason, TradingView is taking a while on the alert. Very interesting. Very interesting. It doesn't want to cooperate. I've never seen TradingView do that. Pardon me. It is the first time I've seen that. And just to let you know, this is the Premium Pro edition for TradingView. So we're going to be watching that USDT.D. Okay, that's going to be crucial. If we see a breakout of this zone, we're going to be looking for lower crypto prices. Bottom line, I have an alert set up. It's not a vague statement. Look at the 1 minute on USDT.D. I will do that, Pathfinder. What do we got? Let's look at that 1 minute. Nice eyes on that. Let's see what we got going on. A little bit of a bullish framework. Potentially, let's see, possibly what are we looking at? Possibly let's look into this. I may go into the 15 seconds just to see, but this is your guide. Essentially, you're looking for higher crypto prices. What is Tether? Are the majority of the market participants, achieving that safe haven by going into Tether, right? The Tether dominance will rise. So we have a nice, move to the upside. Look at all these little bullish formations, guys. Look at these small pennants, bull flags, bam, moves to the upside, consolidation, move to the upside, consolidation, move to the upside. Now we're into a macro consolidation here. Make sure on your charts the following. If you can make sure on your charts, I think you guys will get something out of this. When you see kind of a macro capitulation over, I say over the top after some of these micro moves, right? Look at this first level, okay? In terms of on the retrace, these first levels of retracement are standard levels to which the pricing will want to start to formulate something many times, okay? If you're looking at more of a macro, okay, when I say macro, I'm talking about, you guys understand that. But as we would distinguish between these micro features on any chart, right? We see micro features again, boom. Then we see a micro feature here. Now, once we capitulate from these micro features along the way up, pay attention, because oftentimes you'll return to this level, that first level of the micro that's reached from the top, to begin to formulate something else in terms of a macro pattern instead of an additional micro pattern. So pay attention to that, not only on USDT.D, but the dominance of Tether, but pay attention to that on all your charts. I really will, I'd be expecting you guys to report back that you found that very helpful in terms of like where will we retrace to. If there's an expectation of a macro consolidation, a macro pattern formation, a lot of times it wants to involve that preceding hitch right in this level, okay? So definitely pay attention to that. We'll look for, we'll keep an eye on USDT.D, just a huge move up. It's nice to see those technicals involved. Don't you guys agree? And just pay attention to that first, micro level of contact to get back in touch with, to thereafter see to see the essentially that level of interaction. And to the extent that we have would be nice to have a descending triangle. We would love to have that indicated. Let me go ahead and look here in terms of maybe a bit more of a wedge formation. Maybe even a bit of an ascension that's ongoing here. A lot of contradiction in 2022. You guys know that between the candle wicks and the lines. Okay, to the extent that that's it's not that aggressive right now. Okay, I would if we had more of a slope to this wedge, we would say that would be more conformant with the expectations of a bullish continuation pattern. The more that this line, the bottom line support, starts to flatten out, the more that it flattens out, the less we have in terms of expectations for it. You guys know that in terms of continuing to the upside. Descending line of resistance, flat bottom of support. You guys know market cap, USDT dominance. We are up against a line of resistance, so we would expect a little bit of, I say a little bit of interplay at that level. That's the 5 minute, or actually the 1 minute. And interesting pattern framework here that you're seeing between just the stacked bull flags. You guys see these stacked bull flags here. Very interesting that you would look at those stacked bull flags. Have you guys seen the dusk chart? Just reminds me of the dusk chart, okay? And dusk is dusk, okay? In terms of the pattern framework, I just want to bring that to your attention because on the, let's go to the 4 hourly. If I go to the 4 hourly, yeah, on the 4 hourly, we've seen this a few times in the market. It's relatively rare. So when I see it on like USDT.D, I want to bring it up to you. Just stacked bull flags like this as well. And we trade, you guys, from Bitcoin to Dogecoin to a lot of the coins, okay? But ETF coins, that's front and center. Anything on leverage, anything 3L, 5L, 3S, 5S, we hammer into it. We know the charts very well. So when I bring up dusk, it's for the reason that we saw this specific pattern framework like I'm seeing on USDT.D right now. Very interesting, like stacked bull flags. It's just, it is what it is. It's kind of a market phenomenon. When I see something that repeats between the charts, I want to bring it up to you for purposes of comparative analytics. Okay, not a key moving going right now. Dust did up, it got up and go. Pardon me, got up and went. Excuse me, got up and went after. This is awful. Sorry, guys. I speak English, but it did get up and go after the in terms of some movement after we brought that in the back to the VIP. So that's nice. So dominance, we're seeing BTCD on that 4 hourly. Let's look up into, I need the USDT.D in the middle. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Hope you guys are having a good day. I want to welcome you guys. We are streaming, and it was an emergency session because we poured down just a touch in terms of BTC. You guys know that. Really important, crucial line in terms of BTC. Let's just review the 5 minute chart right now. Trying to come into, I'd say, the formation of some sort of bullish reversal pattern would be nice. We did identify on the very lower time frames, just so that you know if you weren't here, an inverse head and shoulders right in this zone. We're looking to maintain an ascending triangle. Would be nice, a flat top resistance with an ascending line of support. You'll see that on your lower time frames, okay, with a little bit of variation here. But we do have that flat line indicated in this zone nearly perfectly. On the as we go down further into the time frames, that 5 second really has that ascending framework looking quite nicely. A little bit of an overshot here. We don't like the overshots, just so that you know if you're looking for a completely clean trade. I always tell people, don't be afraid of the market. But in terms of don't be afraid to trade, right? But if you're looking for that perfect ascending triangle, this is not necessarily perfection. We want that perfectly flat top. We just do, guys. And with that said, if buyers maintain support, this could be a nice move. We have this already measured up to the top here. Let's just look. Could be a nice move incoming of 1.1%. If you guys are trading on leverage, that may be a nice move. You guys know that, right? So looking at the line of resistance that we will come into contact with, that is going to be the hurdle, which we just talked about, level of support to resistance in this zone. So free and clear there from, if right now we're launch position just in terms of the I'd say distance to the top, we're looking at 0.61%, not a big move up to 42,511. But I would just watch that if you guys are day trading BTC, if you're looking for some solid, and I would say this. Let's mention this real quickly, guys. It doesn't go without mentioning. On the 1 minute time frame, you do have a nice 200 exponential moving average that's going to coincide quite nicely with this level of prior prior support to the resistance function. So whether or not you're looking at your exponential moving averages or you're looking at, this zone on the 5 minute is pushed up just a touch. On the 1 minute, it becomes a little bit more aggressive. So you'll probably have some interaction at that, really on the 1 minute, we're at that prior support to resistance. The further we dig down, I've been going to the 15 second to the 5 second to find perfect pattern formations, guys. Just to find the best pattern formations we could find, trying to bring you guys the best reversal pattern if we do indeed have one in the mix, okay? So to the extent that we have that 1 minute, it does look like we have the 1 minute on the lines. Let's see if there's variability along the candle wicks, and I think my neighbors may have just shown up. Not sure, but my pups are excited. Kind of reminds me we need to look at Doge. We're going to look at Doge. How about that? Looking at Doge. I hope you guys have dogs too, and everything's going good for you guys, weekend, etc. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Let's dig into the details here. We may have a dog fight in the back. If we do, I may have to go quell it and get back in touch with you in a second. I don't think I'll have to. Looking at this level of prior resistance to support. We're trying to hold this on Doge. Doge had a great day yesterday. If you guys were tuned in, we had this move to the upside. We had this symmetrical consolidation. You guys know that. We had a nice bull pennant that was front and center in terms of our specific stream yesterday. We just had this front and center the entirety of the day, so it was nice to see that play out. We are losing a key level on Doge right now. That prior resistance right here, the resistance, that which price cannot get up and above to the support feature. We would have liked that to have definitely held for Doge. Looks like you're getting down into kind of a golden pocket area as you would assess your trades. Don't ever be overexposed at any higher price, and you guys know that's our way to be in terms of VIP. Looking at BTC, looking at Doge, we also have Kyber Networks has done well. It was a 15 to 17, what was it, almost 18%, I think. We could measure that out, but it was a nice moving coin. I had brought that to you guys over the past week. If you guys are watching the streams, we try and focus on really nice moving coins, right? So BTC getting some negative price action in terms of this specific attempt to maintain support. Buyers appear to be failing that specific level of support right now on that ascending triangle. Ascending line of support, this specific top line resistance, flat top line resistance. We would need to see a pickup in this zone, right? We need to maintain ascension, essentially. We could go to a flat top, essentially a flat top with a double bottom and go into a range formation. Were we to establish a, kind of a flat, let's just say a double hit along the bottom with a flat top, essentially the indication typically would be a continuation pattern. Just so that you know, when we lose the ascending framework here, right? And I think you guys, you know this, but we'll just touch back on this. Anytime that we carve out a specific, rectangulation, anything like that, it's going to operate as a continuation pattern. So we're going to, by the probability. So we want to maintain it. I'm going to express the importance. The double or triple bottom is fine typically, but we want to maintain right now, given the flat, this flat top resistance, we really would like to maintain an ascending line of support. So it would be important for buyers to step in along these levels of the Fibonacci's. Very, very important, guys. As you would look at that, looks like we're currently picking up at that golden pocket right now. Just mentioned that Doge looked like it was currently at its golden pocket as well. Measured on some different time frames, etc. This is on the 5 minute for Doge. Big capitulation for Doge. Had a big day. Let's see what the measurements are on the day. If you guys are new to crypto or you've been trading for a while, I will just welcome you, because it's not always intuitive. You cannot be overexposed at a higher price. Okay, you just can't. Looking at the Tether chart right now, USDT.D, we're seeing it just push into this line of resistance, right? With this line defined as the specific multiple hits along the level of resistance on the candle wicks on the 4 hourly. We're just seeing Tether like about to be up and out of that level of resistance. That's a big deal, guys. Inverse correlation with the markets in terms of Tether up, in terms of its market, right? Its market dominance, its percentage share of the market. Tether goes up, crypto prices go down. So I've got Luna on the bottom right on some Fibonacci's, just so that you guys know. We have Bitcoin dominance in the middle here. Okay, in the middle. I can add in, trying to think of what additional coin have we really been trading recently that I'd like to add into that middle bottom level there. Looking at some of the ones that have moved today. The market's really off now, quite a bit off right now. Or did we just reset? If we did, why is Badger up 6? Let's take a look at this. Badger actually moved very well yesterday. did, and I think we did just reset. Not sure why. Well, it may not be a bad thing. If you guys seen Badger chart, let's just take a look at this. I always want to bring price action if it looks like it could be indicated in terms of a bull flag or otherwise. I just do, guys. That's what we do frequently in VIP, etc. We're always looking for the next bull flag. We're looking for the next pattern trade. We're very serious about upping our trade game and maintaining, just like guys, we want to beat the market. That's our goal 24/7 in terms of VIP. If you're not VIP, we welcome you to join our community. I would definitely look at Badger, and I look at 200 to 300 coins a night for VIP. That's just what I do, and I think not everybody does that, but quite a few guys in the back are doing that, and it's just nice when we have a lot of guys looking at the charts to identify, for instance, like a potential bull flag. This could be a nice potential move for Badger. It moved quite well yesterday. As you guys look at that from that level of support, just to point it out, right from that level of support, it's up about 15 to 16% overall. Kyber Networks did really well. It's up along a line of resistance now. And yes, we did. Okay, we just flipped into the new trading day, and so Badger did reset. It was late to reset. Not sure why. A little bit confusing. I don't know why it wouldn't have reset, and then the others did. They decided to reset. So BTC picking up, nice pickup from that specific. I'd say that's golden pocket level. Very nice to see that. In terms of the expectations, could still be maintained for the requirements, let's say the requirements could still be fulfilled from that flat top resistance, that ascending line of support. But buyers need to step in. They've got to step in. We've just hit the golden pocket, that 61.8 to the 65th percent, right? In terms of retracement, we need to see buyers continue to step in for this to function in terms of regaining. The goal here would be this, to at least regain this preceding level of prior support. To regain this channel would be a big move for BTC, and we have one of two options right now for Bitcoin in the market. I just say for the market, guys, take a look at this in terms of Bitcoin likes to move, okay, essentially to the upside, to the downside, and if it'll move to the downside, it likes to establish range, right? That's one of the options. It likes to formulate for a number of days. Normally, it'll make you guys wait, give you some smaller trades. You guys know that while it's ranging, while it's consolidating. That's one of the options. We would like that option right now. Let some of the additional, let some of the other altcoins decide to move that want to move. Let's get things going and not capitulate this level altogether. What I'll say is, a big slope on USDT. Let me see in that 1 second Pathfinder. The other option, as you guys know, is that Bitcoin could just go on a tirade and decide to drop, without a doubt, right? So it's done that frequently recently to where it hasn't wanted to consolidate after we failed, for instance, this preceding bull flag, this move to the upside, this downward sloping channel. You guys got it. Bam, move to the downside, right? That was in around that was in and around that Ukraine. I think that was the Ukraine situation there at the bottom at that level. Let me read what you've written in the chat here. 1 second, Pathfinder. Look at the 1 minute on the USDT. Got a descending wedge. I got a bigger slope on USDT.D. Check the back. Okay. Well, yeah, there's a variability on USDT.D. If you're looking at your dominance chart, there's a variability between the lines and the candlesticks right now. Make sure that you check the lines and the candlestick. You have more room on the lines, just so that you guys know that. Talking about BTC, all right, if you check your chart between the lines and candlesticks on 4 hourly, I believe, look at the 4 hourly and you'll see a differential on the candle wick to the line. Okay. This move to the upside on Bitcoin chart. Look at this downward sloping channel. Nice bull flag, right? Nice bull flag. Failed. Bam, to the downside, right? Look at this. Nice move to the upside. We have this downward sloping channel. Very familiar, right? As we look at this, very, very familiar. Now, the option here is we can either range here, as I was discussing, we can either consolidate in this level. We can hold this level, guys, but we're just coming off of a pretty severe group of, just absolute retracements to these lower levels. The heavier level of the 50%, 50, right? 50% retracement is below us on the macro. You guys know that. So that is one thing that has pulled price back down quickly, I would say. And I would say this as well. I mean, as we talk about the opportunity in retrace, people have been happy to pick up the 50% retrace. They just have. It's been a great trading zone, hit once, twice, really, right? So VIP, I want to shout out to AJ Crypto. I want to shout out to Angel as well. VIP who picked up and traded Bitcoin, okay, in terms of these lower level acquisitions, heavier entries, right? Not so heavy along the top in these 23.6, 38.2, the 50, yeah, covering it, hitting into it relatively heavily, guys. And I want to shout out to all the VIP and Angel. We appreciate that $58.5 thousand. He's the Super Chat King, so that you guys know that. $1,000 Super Chat King. He just likes to do it. He's been on vacation from Super Chat for a while, but that's no big deal. We know that I'm sure the bug will strike him soon. He will be back up and roaring if and when he's not busy. I always tell people, if Angel's busy, he's busy. That's just it, guys. In terms of that, I know you're in the background, Angel. Hope you're doing well. Hope those trades are going well, brother. Always, and everything else around those trades. Looking at this specific capitulation, potential for this level of support to die down into what I just talked about. The two options: one is consolidation, two is move down. You guys understand in terms of the Fibonacci's, you've got people scheduled up right now, and this has been, these have been nice enough in terms of, I'd say a more aggressive targeting stance that we would have in terms of a higher. I'd say a higher initiation for the Fibonacci's here at this level. A more conservative approach would be to initiate them at a lower level, essentially lowering, right, establishing at lower levels all the Fibonacci levels, okay, so all the Fibonacci targets. So we have some nice overlap. We're going to get into some nice overlap. It looks like, it appears like we have a nice overlap just here, drawing these two levels, just a clear overlap between the 50% on this kind of more macro and the 61.8, or that golden pocket on this more aggressively situated, let's say, level of Fibonacci targets there. So buying at support, selling at resistance, trading your patterns, and hitting your targets. You guys know targets, Fibonacci targets. You can use Gann box targets if you want as well. We just want you to hit your targets. That's the bottom line, and never be overexposed to any higher price. That is the idea. So looking into the framework here, we discussed this yesterday, and you guys know I was not a fan of this wedge. You guys know this, right? If you watched yesterday, I hope that you watched. And if you're new to the channel, thank you very much. We hope that you enjoy the station. I really hope that I do. It's a lot of information to cover very quickly, right? I have to try and make it enticing to at least listen to for a moment. So we try and do that and cover the technicals, the fundamentals of technical analysis as we know them best, guys. In terms of this specific wedge formation, let's just draw this in terms of what I didn't like about it, right? We'll just draw. It just felt like it was very, it was kind of like it was overweight a little bit. Just in terms of its slope, it was very, we would prefer, right? We would prefer to have a falling wedge that were a bit further out, right? In terms of that level of resistance and that level of support, to where buyers are actually coming up into the market. Bam, bam, bam. The buyers are coming into the market here at some point, right? They're pushing price up a bit more than what they appeared to be doing in this preceding zone here. It was just a real straight drop down into. So something like this, with the buyers pushing price up and exhibiting some pressure, some upward pressure, is a little bit more enticing to the traders. This was a very abruptly created, if you wanted to call it a falling wedge. Technically it was, but as we would look at it, it didn't have those, I'd say, the proper dynamics that we would really expect. The wedge to be a continuation pattern, right? That would be the other issue. We would expect it to be a continuation pattern to the upside. So we really would expect the buyers to continually come up into the framework of that patterning. And let's look at some other coins real quickly. Looking at Doge, got a little difficult here, just so that you guys know. Doge is hammering back down. A little bit of a difficult jaunt for Doge. I hope that you guys who are trading are not overexposed at any higher price, and I hope that your trades are going well. Without a doubt, I hope your trades are going well. And what I'll state is this: I appreciate you guys being here. I know it's Sunday; it's about 7 o'clock. I have wanted to just get with the VIP, and I wanted to just let you guys know kind of what's going on with the market. Essentially, what is it, guys? Hit your targets, right? Work on your retracements. Want to welcome that we have new members of the VIP from, who do we have? From Sean. You see him on the screen right now. What's up, Sean? To Frankie. Frankie, what's up, my man? We just had, and I need to make sure on this just so that we know in the back here, we do have a notification. And yes, Chris Chris has followed me in the back, so that's excellent. We're looking forward to having more VIPs. We'll be streaming more, guys. I will take a break. We may stream later. I don't know. Depending upon how the market's doing, we may decide to stream later, guys. And I just wanted to come to you before, before the evening, before you got busy with family, etc. Just kind of update you on the market. Bit of a pour down for BTC, right? We have the targets below. And I'll just say that we can either range in this function, consolidate, but VIP have targets at lower levels. Okay, I'll just tell you that in terms of the Fibonacci's. I know VIP are trading, bottom line. So we look forward to bringing you more live streams in the midst. I will continue, I'll say this, to look at additional charts, look for more trade opportunities. I would say right now, just keep Badger on your list. That may be a nice bull flag for you guys to trade. Make sure you pay attention to USDT.D and to Luna. Is down out of its channel. Kyber could be an excellent continuing coin to trade. It has had price action, guys, towards the top of the list on this ETF coin, so pay attention. This is London with Big